Hey, good morning, everyone. Brian Hoops here, Midwest Market Solutions. This is Market Insider TV and our opening commentary. And it is Wednesday morning. It's September the 18th. Thanks for joining us this morning as we're taking a look at our news and headlines, features, what's happening overnight. Get you set up for the trading session today. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Midwest Markets, Brian Hoops. Latest market information available there. You can visit our website, MidwestMarketSolutions.com. You can sign up for our text message service as well. And there's also a link on our homepage to take you right to our YouTube page where we post videos like this every day, including RFD TV segments. In fact, I'll be doing RFD TV this morning, Thursday morning, and Friday morning, all at 8:15 Central Time. This afternoon, I'll be doing the Commodity Wrap podcast program for them as well, and we'd love to have you tune in for that. We also post midday commentaries and closing commentaries on our website. It's a quick 90-second snapshot of what's happening into the mid-session as well as after the closing bell. So you can get kind of a quick wrap of what happened during the session. And let's get into some of the news in here. And we saw some big moves in soybeans. They're up 10 1/4 by the close, but we paired session highs by about 5, almost 6 cents. Right at when the market opened at 7 p.m. Central Time last night, we were very quiet, just 1-2 cents higher soybeans, unchanged to lower corn. And at 8 o'clock, things changed quickly. The market just quickly shot higher, and we went from 1 to 2 higher soybeans to 10, 12 higher soybeans. And then we went to 13, 14, 15 higher soybeans. And this could have been because of China when they came in. I really don't have any other fundamental explanation for it. But you notice the percentages here on the soy complex. Soybeans and meal virtually the same, almost 1%. Soybean oil 1.4%. And that's where we traded most of the night, was 1.3 to 1.4% higher in all the soy complex. It was just the soy complex that really took off and rallied. Corn followed a little bit. We closed 3/4 higher there. Beans up 10 1/4. Meal up $3. And you look at the wheat, we're up fractionally, percentage-wise, 3.5 to 5% in Chicago and Kansas City. Now the stock market's a little bit firmer here. Gold and silver are mixed. Dollar is weaker, and you have crude oil down about 40 points to start trading in today's session. Yesterday we had big moves in the cattle, had $1.50 plus point gains. Feeder cattle up $1.75. Hogs were the best gainers of the day, up over 2% and $1.85 in our session. So let's start in talking about some of the news and some of the features here this morning of what we are seeing. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, as I said, and check out our website and list of our offices there around the country, that brokers that can help you out for marketing strategies and handle your brokerage decisions. So it's Fed rate decision day. 1 o'clock this afternoon. The traders give us a 63% chance of a half-point rate cut. I could see a 1/4 point as well. There's a higher percentage for a 1/4 point, but this 63% chance for a half a point. A 1/4, a half, it doesn't make a huge difference one way or the other for interest rates and how it affects our economy. You know, if they're cutting interest rates, it's a sign that the economy maybe needs to be stimulated, and that lower interest rates, in theory, stimulates demand. And we already have tight supplies of some products, and this stimulation of demand is going to lead more inflation. So this is a tough move for them to make, but this is what I think they're choosing to do because of the last economic reports. The Minneapolis Grain Exchange has filed a name change with the CFTC to change its name to MIAX Futures Exchange, and that would become effective October 1st, depending upon regulatory approval. Of course, Minneapolis Grain Exchange has been bought out by the MIAX Futures Exchange. That's out of Miami. And the exchange, as we used to know it, is no longer there. It is now just office buildings, I believe, in Minneapolis, and they trade Minneapolis wheat just completely electronically. So this is not that much different than when the Chicago Board of Trade bought out the Kansas City Board of Trade. And the Kansas City Board of Trade is now a very high-end steak restaurant in Kansas City. But we still call it Kansas City wheat. It's technically hard red wheat, and on your statements, if you're looking at red wheat, that's what you see as Kansas City. So it's just a name change is all. Won't affect anything. but we always call it the Minneapolis Grain Exchange, and probably will always know it that way. Just like Kansas City, we know it as the Kansas City Wheat Contract, and everybody calls it that. Respected crop scout and economicist Dr. Cornet lowered his soybean yields by half a bushel to 52.5, citing soil moisture dropping in 9 out of the last 10 weeks, and that would hurt pod fill. His corn yield estimate, he held steady at 182.5, and those numbers would be down just a little bit from what the USDA has been citing here recently. More Research Group, the seasonal company, noted that they sold soybeans on Tuesday's close. That's a seasonal trade. That's what they were recommending to do based off of historical numbers. We'll see how that pans out this year, but that's the tendency is to work lower into the early part of October as harvest starts to ramp up. ConAb issued their first estimate of the Brazilian crops for 24-25. That puts soybean estimates at 166.3 million bushels, or million tons, I should say. That's up 12.8% from last year's 147.8 crop, and corn production will be 119.8 versus 115.7. There is dry weather right now in South America, particularly Brazil, but it looks like there's some change in the weather pattern and more to a rainy season. Their rainy season starts first part of October, and that's when planting would start. And it's not too early for them to start planting yet. And this is and that's a big if, they get this type of crop, so 166.3 million tons. That's a big jump from last year. You're talking over 6 billion bushel soybean crop out of Brazil. Silvacon raised their estimate of the Russian wheat crop to 82.9 million tons from 82.5 previously. Friday afternoon, cattle and feed report will be released. Expect to show on-feed supplies at 100.6% of last year, placements at 98.1%, marketings at 96.6%. So we do expect to see maybe a little bit of friendliness out of this report with the placements coming in below last year and on-feed supplies very much in line with year ago levels. Cattle Facts show list this week, 4,800 head smaller, total of 236,000 head. We're looking for the cash markets to be at least steady, if not higher, this week. Packers did raise their bids on Friday, and I think they're going to have to pay a little bit higher money this week to get that cattle inventory secured. Have a great day, everyone, and good luck and good trading. As always, reach out to us. We can help you with your marketing. This has been Brian Hoops. We'll talk to you soon.